Big week, obviously. Second opportunity in conference play. Each and every one's really important. Obviously, there's a long tradition of rivalry with the Spartans and the Valley Cup, and so um, it's like any other week. Preparation is key. They're a talented group. They have a lot of speed, and so we're gonna need to play our best.
What were you most pleased with about the win here over the Reds?
I think the way we came out and played, starting with the opening kickoff, I thought the energy and the focus was excellent. Till the very end of the first half, obviously we hit a little lull there when we fumbled the ball in the kickoff return, and they threw a great ball, in the end zone. It was hard to defend, but regrouped at halftime and came out and focused again. A lot to work on, though, for sure. Had some penalties that put us behind the sticks a little bit, got us off schedule, and which forced our third down percentage not to be as good as we like it to be. But did a lot of good things, but a lot of things to learn from as well.
And I know you've made a point because of some of the questions that have been asked, probably rightfully so, that the past doesn't have anything to do with this season. But as far as the history of this rivalry is concerned, as they say, not that any of those games cover what's going to happen Saturday. But what do you remember about this rivalry as you think about playing it?
Well, just that it is your rivalry game, and so with rivalries come intensity and history and tradition and all that, which is part of it. You can't lose sight of that, but it's still about preparation and what this year's team, how we prepare, how we practice this week, how we travel, all the details that it takes to win a football game.
When did you officially, in your mind and the staff, make up your mind to
Last week, really around midweek, it's a competitive situation as any other position is on our team. So around midweek, we felt like it was time that Marcus had been here long enough and had enough time to comprehend the things that we're trying to get done to a certain level. Not that he played perfect by any means, but I think as he continues to get the majority of the reps in practice, he'll just continue to improve and get better. He was pretty accurate throwing the football. I thought he made some big plays down the field where things were highly contested. The one down the sideline to Keyshawn for the touchdown was a really good throw. He was accurate throwing the ball, but he ran the offense the way we want him to, and managed the game well. Didn't have any delay games, and the interception that he threw was not necessarily his fault. It wasn't that he was going to the wrong spot or threw into coverage. It was one of those things where the quarterback and receiver aren't on the same page. He expected them to come straight back, and Keyshawn went back out. But that's not all bad because he's pulling the trigger and he has confidence in what's going on instead of hesitating. So we'll learn from that. But I thought he managed the game fine. No, I think probably what you're talking about a little bit is I think he does play well in games, but I think he's becoming a better practice player, and I think that comes with more opportunity and more reps that he gets in practice and getting on the same page with receivers and understanding what we're looking for and what we're trying to get done. I thought toward the end of last week he practiced really well. He practiced like he played. And, and that's part of practice. It's part of the preparation as you go in, and something may not be 100% clear to you in the beginning of the week. As the week goes on, you you improve and you get comfortable with things and know what you're looking for and the timing it takes. And so I think, that's key. But what Marcus brings a little bit is game experience at a high level. I said this the other day he doesn't have to get used to the speed of the game like a new quarterback, a high school player, or a junior college player would have to do. He's been in the arena before. He understands it. He can feel the speed of the game, and that's big at the quarterback position, the speed of the game and how fast people are moving and how windows shut and the timing he needs in the pocket to be able to get rid of the football, the internal clock that goes on. So he doesn't really have to – that's not a transition he needed to make. It was really just about the offense and understand the terminology and what we're trying to get done. Yeah, it was more game plan wise. It wasn't so much about him getting comfortable. It was, as people stack the box on us and get in there, and those guys were, they were really tough against the run. So felt like we needed to get the ball on the perimeter a little bit. And Coach DeBoer and the staff did a nice job of designing things to get the ball out of his hands quick and get some speed and space. And And those are tough throws. They may look easy, but those throws on the perimeter to hit guys on the run when they're swinging out there in space, those aren't easy throws. So when I said earlier his accuracy, not necessarily all the way downfield, but just those throws that hit guys on stride, which he did a nice job of. Well, I don't know how the stats are skewed when you play Alabama and Washington, so I wouldn't say that. But I think they're playing hard. I think Coach Steinhauer and the defensive staff have done a good job of putting guys in position to be successful. And then I just think we're playing really hard, and we've worked really long and hard on tackling. And up to this date right now, we've been pretty sure tacklers, and we need to continue to do that because people get you in space and one-on-one, and our guys have done a nice job of getting guys down in space and playing physical up front. I think Jeff Allison in the middle has really provided a spark for us in there. He's very physical, and he can run, and he does a really excellent job of defeating blocks. But guys are playing hard, and they're paying attention to fundamentals. And, so I think that's been key. These guys have a lot of confidence in what they're doing, and they're playing fast. Well, I think they have a lot of potential to do some special things. They have a lot of speed, good running backs, an excellent offensive line. And then defensively, they play hard. They're physical up front. The nose they have is one of the best we've played so far. They're experienced. And so it's all about execution. It comes down to what happens at the line of scrimmage. And then guys, being physical up front, blocking, guys executing their assignments well, no blown assignments. And it's all about execution.
You mentioned how execution matters, but with that, recruiting in the Valley. How important is this game for future football classes to get
Well, it always is. Recruiting is the name of the game, and as you know, our emphasis is to keep people home in the Valley, and we're going to continue to do our best to try to do that. But winning football games goes a long way in recruiting, and so it's no different than any other game.
Special teams is really big Saturday night, so including right off the get-go. And we had teams in here, Jordan, in that role, in it all. So you turned 170 yards.
Yeah, it was great. It was, we talked about starting fast, and there was a lot of uh, great effort on that play, not just with Jameer. Obviously, he had the ball in his hands, and that's typically who gets the credit. But Hokett made a great block to kick it out and get us up inside, and Scott blocked 3 people on the play. He was leading the play and knocked one guy off, knocked another guy off, and then knocked the guy down at the end of the play. So, I thought we came out and as we talked about, to start fast. There's no faster way to start than on the opening kickoff, and I thought that was executed well. But it was nice to see Jameer be a part of it and hit it. And I think if he had to do over again, he'd say he should have scored. But you want him to think that way. No, I haven't. Actually, I just found out about it. I've been kind of in my own little cave. Um, I haven't seen anything on TV or anything. I just saw the news pop up on my phone. So I haven't seen the players yet. They have their day off today, but I will follow up with it. Tragic.
Sunday night football, Sunday night practices, correct?
Yes.
Was there any difference in energy level or players, anything you sense from them different coming off a win? What you've seen so far with the win, we've seen the 10 over win or galvanized, anything like that?
No, typically you give them, overnight to enjoy the win, and then we call Sunday Tell the Truth Sunday. So we get in here and we're not, it's about getting better and improving on the things that we can do better. It's about evaluation and obviously, yes, to recognize the things that are good, which we do point out, but we really focus on the things that we can improve on. And then we go on the field and we do that. We have a correction period. But no, on Sundays, the energy when we hit the field has been pretty much the same all year, of putting it behind us, whatever it is, whether it's a win or whether we haven't been successful, we need to put whatever it is behind us and start new. And the guys have been pretty good at that. Well, yeah, I don't notice that there's no buy-in anywhere. I think the players to this point understand what we're trying to get done. I think they're supportive of one another, and they appreciate our work ethic, and how we work and our standards and things like that. I think they've bought into that for sure. More than anything, I think a win just validates that how hard we work and what we do. And when they see the fundamentals and the techniques and the things that we coach all the time, when they see that that's successful, I think, yes, they're more apt to continue to do that for sure. But the guys practice hard. They take coaching well. And the coaches do a good job of making sure that we grind. And that won't change no matter what happens during the week or on Saturday. I think the players are focused and they understand what we're trying to get done and how we work, what our work ethic is all about. So validation of that work paying off with a victory always is nice to see, and see the players with a smile on their face.
I know it was only one game, but especially linebacker Coach George did well in the game for the fans. Did you feel like you improved your 2 spots with that move for that game?
Yeah, as we've moved along, and as George has been playing really well, not just last week, but he's done a really nice job in the season. And that's the goal always, is get your best players on the field. Whatever the combination may be at any position or position group, we will continue to do that. But I think that gives us, a very solid linebacking core there. And Bailey is athletic enough to play the Sam out in space like that. He does a good job. So I think with Allison stepping up in the middle and George being very productive at the will, I think that's a good combination for us. It all depends. It just all depends on the look you get and what's in the game plan that week. But we do have a lot of trust in him. But he's not that guy that every time 33 comes running on the field, it's a halfback pass, because he plays enough and does enough, does other things really well. Whether it be pass protection or running with the football or whatever we ask him to do, he's a complete player. He just happens to be a guy that can throw it. We have other guys that can do it as well. So we'll just see how the personnel matches up, and if those opportunities arise, then we'll do our best to take advantage of them. Yeah, they're different plays. They were totally different plays in totally different areas of the field. But like I said, you can't just dial in and say, if he's in, it's a pass, because he plays enough and does enough good things, is productive carrying the football too. So, but like I said, other guys can do things. It's not just him. It just matched up twice that he happened to be the guy. Yeah, he does a good job. I mean, he gets the ball to his guys. He's got a lot of weapons around him, and they're not just based off of throwing the football. They run the ball well. Number 23 is a good back. Nevin, I think his name is. He's a good player. A lot of skill, really good offensive line. Maybe the freshman's back. I don't know. I know he had a knee. I could see it on tape where he got hit. Maybe he's back. I don't know which one they prefer. But either one's dangerous, and you have to play to what the defense tells you to do, and make sure that we're disciplined in what we're doing. No matter who plays quarterback, you have to defend an offense. Say that one more time. Well, I'm always appreciative of the fans who come out to the games, and just hoping as we continue to earn their trust and their confidence that we can create some more energy in the stadium and make it a place where it's difficult for teams to come in and play. I still think we have some work to do there. The stadium's pretty quiet as far as what I remember it being. But I don't blame them for that. It's our job to make sure that we get them into the game and they're excited about it. So we'll continue to try to do our part, and hopefully they'll come along and be the 12th man that we're looking for.
Do you have any specific memories of playing against San Jose State?
I do. Yeah, they're mixed emotions a little bit. I remember my junior year, we got whacked pretty good, 65-33. It was like a air show when I was playing my junior year, and then our senior year, there was a whole different dynamic about it, because it was really unfortunate, and playing Reno this last week really made me remember the tragic car accident that our coaches' wives got into when we were traveling to Reno, and the coaches' wives were supposed to meet us, and they got T-boned by an armored truck here in Fresno, and it was really devastating. And all of our coaches had to go home, and we still played the game at Reno. It's the only game we lost that year. But as it pertains to San Jose State, they were our rivalry, and they were good. And we had a coaching staff. We had guest coaches that came in to coach us, but the senior leadership was such at a level that at that point we we really didn't need motivation, or we didn't need coaching, you know, because now you look back on it as a coach, and if that were to happen, you're kind of a naive kid at the time, kind of narrow-minded, but now you look back at what a tragedy that was, that, you know, we had a coach's wife killed in that accident, and, you know, some really badly hurt, you know, that never recovered. And so I remember going into that game, you know, with just kind of a heavy heart, but knowing that it was our rival, and that we were able to pull out a win and go on to win the championship and the bowl game, you know. But those were my memories as a player against them.
And just a thought maybe on the power of momentum and how important it is to stack up and win the other night with another win. Something, again, that these players that your coaches haven't experienced back-to-back victories.
Yeah, you know, it's what happened this last weekend is over, and you know, so we will coach them very hard on week to week, and you know, we get one opportunity per week to play, and we have to take advantage of each and every opportunity that we get, and that doesn't happen on Saturday night. It starts on Sunday, and it moves to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday practices, all the preparation that goes into it, being 100% dialed into what we need to do, and then let it all go on the weekend. You know, cut it loose and play fast and execute. You know, so you know, like I said, you know, it was great to get a win for these guys, but that's ancient history now. Really, I mean, it's we got to move forward and just keep grinding each and every day.
All right, at this time, we'll let Coach Tedford go. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.